All right, Vasil,
I'm back. Yes.
welcome back, mister.
Hey,
So, how do you feel?
perfect. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Man, that was the great match. You had her from the beginning. I thought it was gonna be 10-0, but then she came back. She came back.
Yeah, she's really unstoppable when it's about bullet.
She
She's
was no
unstoppable.
way. It's like it was a different person. It's like it was a different person.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Chesnikov, thank you so much for the match. It was incredibly interesting.
Thank you, Tuesday.
We just want to make sure that we pronounce your name properly. Like Vasil, I just say Vasil, and he doesn't care. But
Mahalasa.
Ma-
Mahalasa. That's better.
Chesnikov.
okay, Chesnikov. There you go. Yeah, whenever you want, you can start actually. And I'm gonna be doing the commentary. You guys can. I'm gonna actually. You could disconnect once you start the game. You could disconnect, and then I'll bring you back, and we're gonna analyze the games together, just like we're doing now. So when the match is done, I'll bring you guys back.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. All right. And we got white pieces e4, knight f6. This is a Alekhine defense. I don't know. I was expecting to see Pierce defense, but nope, Alekhine. Oh, and knight goes back. All right. Tony, we have to do one too. Ah, congrats, man. Congrats, congrats, congrats. No, with me, when I'm streaming, I'm barely making it to 555. But we keep at it. We keep at it. All right, 96. Oh, yes. And for me, you know that I'm really bad on the time pressure. It kills me. It kills me. Well, actually, it's Ukraine versus India. She's from India, but for some reason, she has that flag. All right, so by looking at this, this is taking like the shape, not taking the shape, but if I look at the pawn structure, to me, it is looking more, it could be more like a Sicilian. If we see at f6 now, we might be playing this, even though we have the pawn on e4. So I'm looking at it from black's perspective, like thinking of the plans. Like if you think of the Sicilian, you typically want to use this file. Yep. Now for white, if I'm white, I'll be thinking just bishop d3, castle. And I think that should be the top priority right now. Just develop your pieces, castle, and then just get to the middle game. All right, all right. Congrats. Right, so I think night before, the idea is just not to commit the pawn structure. Like if you had taken automatically, you get an isolated pawn. Yeah, so that knight is gonna run around. If I have to say, I think Miss Pepega is definitely playing. I like the way she's playing better. There we go. Yeah, isolated pawns. And I don't even have to take them right away. I could just continue to develop castle. It should be fine. Now, based on the pawn structure, before I was talking about structures from the Sicilian, here I'm thinking, well, what if I just go bishop f4, castle for the white pieces, and just put pressure on it based on the pawn structure. Like for me, this has to be better for white. And the same thing, guys, if you're looking at these games, try to think, what would I play if I were the one playing this game? White to move. My queen is being attacked. I wish I could get out of the attack by creating a threat, by attacking something. Also, there are moves like bishop b5 that allow me to just develop, and I don't think they could actually do much. If they block with the knight, I'm off the hook. If they block with the bishop, queen b7. So this move makes sense because of that, but also I'm one move away from just castling. Yes, it's gonna be 2 like this, like 10 minutes, then 3 games of 5-5, and finally 5 games of bullet, like 1-1. Yeah, so bishop b5, bishop d7. Let me actually see if I can keep like a little. Okay, bishop d7. I think queen b7 was interesting. Maybe I'm missing something by queen b7 and I got that pawn. Anyways, still this has to be easier to play for the white pieces. Any checks, we block and then we castle. I'm assuming bishop e7 is going to happen now. Then we develop and we castle to either side. Yep, it's all about that pawn. It's all about that pawn. Now, with that said, even if we get that pawn, there's a lot of chess to be played before we can convert, but we'll see. All right, knight h5. Now, at this point, I just want to preserve this bishop. Under no circumstance I want to go to g3, because then not only do I lose this powerful bishop, but this knight is pretty ugly here. Like if I play something like bishop e3, this knight is going to be misplaced on h5. Okay, so she went there anyways. And now not only do you lose the bishop, but your pawn structure is not going to be as good as it was before. Not a big deal. She might be thinking, take my bishop, now we're left with a powerful knight that could land on d5 versus the bishop that can never kick me out. All right, now it has to feel better for the black pieces. It has to feel better. Better than it was before. Okay, so let me put here. Simplification. I think I know what she's thinking. She's thinking, let's get rid of the game, of the pieces, put pressure on the pawn. Again, this is a one weakness. Ideally, we would be looking for that second weakness as well. I don't know. And this bishop, look, controlling the knight. There's a lot of chess to be played here. Yes, but today I'm not the one playing. This is, at least not now, this is a match between two very good friends of the channel. And first game was an Alekhine defense, or Alekhine. And I think we're good to go. Well, I like the idea. Just master it. Of course, little by little, as you move up the ladder, you're gonna feel the need to add new openings to your repertoire. Not because you're gonna replace the ones you have, but to learn more chess in general, to make it more interesting. Not that you have to, but you might feel the need. Okay, guys, so we have this endgame. White pieces finally collected the isolated pawn. They have to be better, but how easy is it to convert? Now, if we go back a few moves, this a6 was definitely not necessary. So if you know you're gonna trade anyways, just trade it and don't let this pawn hanging. So simple tactic, deflect the queen, give me the pawn. And now we have a pawn majority on the queen side. 3 versus 2. Let's see. Now, if I'm black, I want to try to at least get some activity. If you want to say I have compensation, at the very least, activate your pieces. I'm thinking bishop f6, then my queen could come over as well and get the pawn. Another pattern that comes to mind is playing b5, because then this is the pawn that stabs 3. So something to think about. Okay, so we cannot even play queen b5 because the bishop is hanging. So maybe bishop f6. That said, in the meantime, try to continue to work on your middle game and end game. Lots of tactics, play the openings, you lose your games, come back, review them, improve on them. I was actually talking about this with one of my students today. I was reviewing his games and I could tell there was a specific line. Like, he plays the London system and there was a line where he was getting destroyed, and I kept reviewing the games, and a few games down the road, someone played the same line and he actually played the best move after the best move. So without talking to him, I knew that he had reviewed the games and improved on them. All right, so Vasil actually heard my advice. There you go, check. And now this is looking promising for the black pieces. Now you could say there's counterplay. Interesting. I was thinking just get the pawn, but this is interesting. Check. All right, this is not looking good. Not looking good for white. Now, I know all of you watching this now, I know you're gonna you'll take the pawn and then take the other pawn. But this is a good moment to think about it. The knight is pinned, queen is also pinned to the pawn, so maybe b5 was a good idea. Now here we're seeing what we talk about all the time. Is so easy to let go. You do a great game, like she was doing a great game from the beginning, and then one little mistake, one little inaccuracy, and everything goes away. I doubt that at this stage that you're losing your games because you didn't calculate a 3, 4, 5 move combination. It's mainly a pattern you were not familiar with. So just keep pushing, keep doing it, and we don't know when, but soon it's gonna disappear. You're gonna be having maybe one missed every 2-3 games, and then eventually you do better and better and better. Hey, welcome aboard. Okay, how about queen c4 check. And okay, we had a session yesterday about tactics. Bishop d4, king has to keep going up. There's time to think. By the way, guys, those of you who are joining now, This is going to be 2 games of 10 minutes, no increment, then 3 games of 5-second increment, and then at the end, 5 games of bullet, 1-1. Queen F1. Yeah, now she has to go there to avoid the skewer, but there has to be checkmate. Mate and then mate. Well, Vasil in the house. Oh no, he went for the skewer. All right, that was checkmate in 1 move. All right, that was a good one. That was a very good game. And now we go to the next one. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything. Hey, it happens. You had a very good game, and then all of a sudden, one little mistake. Welcome to the club. But guys, one thing that I want us to pay attention here is endurance. This is just the first game of the match. We're gonna have 10 games. So, all right, here we have Vasil excited because he got the first game, playing fast. And even though this is a 10-minute game. All right, let me update this. All right. Now this is more like I guess it took the shape of a King's Indian attack. Let me just throw it in here. Yeah, silly tactic. Now e5 is coming, and that's a fork. Yeah, 95, she didn't realize that the bishop is just perfect for this 2-move combination. Now this is, if you think about it, I want to say King's Indian attack, but yeah, he was playing the same thing that we talked in the Pierce defense. He's playing it as a black pieces. All right, we go to the next one. All right, white pieces again. Do we see another Alekai? No. Okay, Pierce defense. Now, this has to be, I understand, she's definitely, psychologically, she has to be a little bit upset. So that might be causing her to play fast. The best thing you could do, guys, if you're going through this, you're losing streak, whatever, take a moment to take a breath and make sure you don't get, the emotions don't take over. Yeah, this is just now crazy chess. So now we get 3 games of 5-5, and then finally a bullet match. All right, she plays this against me. So Rook F8 has to be played. Okay, Hikaru Ai is present. Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. Yeah, has to be played. Now, I don't know if we're gonna see Queen H7. It doesn't feel right. So maybe something like Knight F3, Knight G5, or Bishop C4. Knight has to go back to F6. What am I talking about? Vasil is at a different level. What do you mean F6? Yeah, it's just a Bishop D3 doesn't work because of Knight G2. Okay, I think we have to take on F1, and that's the end of the journey for the knight. Even though Queen B6 was interesting, I have to say. All right, she took the pawn. I don't like that move. Maybe because I played this as black, and I know this move is just, it cannot be right. It cannot be right. Now, king in the center, I gotta find ways to get to it. Queen b6, queen a5, pawn to e5, anything that opens up lines towards the king. Even though they could go to the queen side by foot, but even there, we could continue with b5 and so on. Yep. Maybe h4, h5. Nah. Oh, you dropped the knight. Only move you couldn't do. Only move you couldn't do. Yeah, now you drop the knight. So hide at least. Look, given the pawn, just hide king c1, queen d4, and then try to develop quickly. If you're dropping pieces, best thing you could do is get counterplay. Knight d2, rook d1. Actually, you know what? Thing is that this is coming with rook h8. Remember the queen h7 move that we didn't like? Yeah, this is it. I was focused on the knight, but the thing is that rook h8 is coming. Man. So it looks like the move was actually knight g to e2. It's important to keep that pawn. All right, Vasil is on fire. And just like I said before, it takes time now to recover from those 3 losses. It's not a big deal, but when we're the ones playing, it really gets to us. No. Hey, I've been there myself. Now is when you have to push. You have to push. Like the perfect story here is you come back, turn things around in this match, or you lose this match miserably. Welcome to the club. And then on the next match, you come back and you return the favor. Excellent. So it's only us here. Yes, we're going to criticize you even more after, but that's part of the journey. Hello. Bring it on. So here we are, guys. Those of you who are joining now, we're just enjoying this match, just learning from this match. 2 long friends of the channel, and we're playing 10 games. 2 10-minute games, 3 5-5s, 5 bullet. Well, look, I get a lot of students like that. Believe it or not, mainly adults who don't want to lose rating, right? Some of them say, "Oh, I'm too competitive," or some of them, I don't know, for whatever reason, they just don't want to lose the rating. You have to, guys. You have to. It's part of the process. So I have students who come to me and they say, "Oh, I only play computers. I don't want to play people." But if you don't, you're never going to really improve. It's different when you play people to when you play computers. And at the end of the day, what we need to focus on is on getting better. If you get stronger, your rating is going to follow sooner or later. So don't worry too much about that. If it is too important for you, what I have advised my students is, well, create another account. If you don't want to mess up your rating, like I have some students that are like, okay, I'm learning these new openings, and since I don't know them well, I'm losing my games. I don't want to lose my rating. Well, open a brand new account for that, to practice that opening. Or, oh, I only play blitz sometimes I play blitz when I'm doing something else, and my wife talks to me or someone talks to me and I get a phone call. Well, open a brand new account, have it on your phone for those situations, and you don't mess up your main account's rating. Well, that's a different story. That's a different. Yeah. I know you. I know where you live. I know everything about you. So be careful. Just be careful. All right, guys. So at this point, I think. Okay, I think my mod is doing a good job. This is what we covered on lesson 87. And I like this pawn on e4. And I know she's really good with this. She's gaining space on the king side. Now let's see if we can convert. There you go, 95. There we go. So Vasil is returning the favor here. Knight b5, just trying to collect on c7. Come on, Vasil. Then get back. Double fianchetto. I only do it against the London. Look, we got a sort of like a London here. Jobaba London. And then e5. There we go. e4, get out of here. 95. And this might lead to something nice. It might lead to something nice. Rook a to d8 seems very natural, but this is interesting. Okay, you heard me. Oh no, he says, take my bishop, my friend. Okay, queen c1. Yeah, that had to be played. And now we just gotta pay attention to that pawn. Once the pawn structure changes, we gotta use that to guide us through the middle game. I'm thinking also of doubling up the rooks in the future, get to the 7th rank. I mean, long chat. There we go. What to do? By the way, looking at white's position here is really bad. We gotta use these opportunities to find a way to turn things around. We gotta really get that experience. Not every time we're gonna be in a good position. So okay, I'm losing, I'm inferior. How can I turn things around? And the main thing to look for is complications. Can I complicate the game? So trying to get to f6. Black pieces, great job. Simplification. She's done a great job at messing up his pawn structure. Just simplify the game and continue to add up pressure to e3. Oof, even f5. Nice, 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 nice. King h2. I feel like the plan for black is just too easy. It is just too easy. Bishop d1, perfect. And now can we play queen? I really want to play queen c5, but I don't know if it makes sense. Like actually I don't see a way for them to stop it. I know some of you might be brave and just say, take and then see what happens. Nah, I really liked f5. I feel like f5 just solves everything, even though they have g4. All right, Vasil, at least once you got, she made you suffer. There you go. He was like, oh, I own this place. I'm winning 3 games in a row. But no, this one has been uncomfortable. Now what to do. So she has defended that weakness. Let's see if we can create a second weakness. Maybe b5, b4. Knight f4. I mean, this has to be still way better for the black pieces. Great job so far. But it's nice to see that knight transferring over to the king side. We needed it on that side of the board. Now, if it were me playing this game, I'll be thinking of just pushing this guy and see what happens. It was interesting queen c3 to play rook d2. Oof. That move I didn't like. You're fixing the pawn structure, getting rid of the pair of bishops. Like, this knight is going nowhere. Okay, so queen moved, bishop g4, f5? Come on. No, she doesn't want to play f5. I'm a little bit concerned now because, there we go. There's the blunder. Time pressure got to her. She played a perfect game. Yeah, they're just noticing it now. She just noticed it. Yeah. That one hurt because she completely outplayed him, and it happens. All right, guys, we got the next one. Okay, we got another Pierce defense. Vasil played Alekhine defense in the first game. Now I'm starting to think that maybe he played too fast and it was a mistake. He didn't mean to play the Alekhine defense, or Alekhine, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, we saw this already on game number 2. No, game number 3. Okay, now she played h3 instead of f3. Okay, knight goes back. All right, she improved that variation quickly. e5, now the knight has to leave. This rook is pretty well placed, and the king is castled this time, not like before. Now, should we take the pawn or should we go queen h6? Okay, if you were here before, you should know we don't like this move. Just queen h6. Get out of there. But, nah. I mean, it's hard to argue this is not right. Now, this move... And now she's playing faster, so she's gonna have time to convert. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is she gonna see it? We had a lesson on this. Is she gonna think of it? Now guys, it's never been my priority. I've said it before. If you went over lesson 100, I explained it there. Chess has never been the main thing in my life. I'm more into chess now because I'm teaching mainly. But no, I want to play tournaments. Like I'm going to play a tournament at the end of this month. And just because I feel the need to play, right? Like for the last 10 years, I'll play one tournament a year or something because I get that, okay, I want to play a tournament. But nothing special. If it leads to something great, but not a big deal. Plus, it's not that easy. Like you really have to be training consistently, going to tournaments consistently, and it's not that easy. It's not that easy. What are you looking for, Vasil? What do you want? So look at this. This has to be the move. Boom. Then check. No. Mine is not mine either, so no worries. I just wanted to make sure that's what you meant. Okay, she did it here. I thought she was gonna go queen h8 first, and then if rook f8, because the difference is that in this variation, when we take on f8 is check, so you get to move again. Here we have to be careful now. Okay, it feels nice to develop with a tempo on the queen. Next thing you know, we improve the bishop and the rook comes in to help out. I don't think this game is gonna end up with checkmate on the king. Like there are a lot of pieces to defend the king, but the weak pawns, the white pieces are already up a pawn. So I think it's gonna be more of a pass pawn in the end game, but we'll see. Queen f5, queen f5. Yeah, I guess we had to defend the pawn. Bishop e6 is coming as well. Now I'm thinking, do I want to develop here and just put a lot of pressure, or do I want to go bishop c4 and activate the rook as well? Now, after this game, by the way, it's gonna be 5 games of bullet, like 1 minute, 1 second increment. Well, at least when I play it, there's no quality there, it's just playing fast. So be ready for it. Be ready for it. Maybe they play bullet better than I do, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, but just warning you, it's gonna be a little bit of a crazy match at that point. Yeah, so this has to be winning for white. It has to be winning for white. At the very least, if I don't know how to convert this or I cannot find a way, this guy goes. You're gonna have to email the complaint department. Now, guys, the way I meant it. I know you're messing around, but the way I meant it is, if we continue with those weekly sessions, you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna be outplaying your opponents in the end game. Like anything else in life, it's about consistency. So we're doing it every week. We've had 2 weeks already. Every Monday we're doing end games. So enjoy the process, my friend. Enjoy the process. Besides, your money is already spent. In between. Yeah, in between move and then give me that. Yeah, we had to move the bishop. Or defend it, knight f4. Okay, now it should be extremely easy to convert. Extremely easy. Vasil is on point. He's on point. Tactics. Absolutely. Of course, dude. Of course. A positional chess session today. So at 4:15 my time, Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back, and after that session we could play games. Okay. All right. Well played. You got it. We'll be back. Yeah, in 2 hours exactly. Actually. Hey, that was a good one. That was a very nice one. Actually, the one before was even cooler, but that was a good one. Okay, so now we're good. So this is bullet, guys. 1 minute, 1 second increment. So this is the same account we had before. The same line we saw before. He's playing like a Pierce defense with the white pieces. Same setup. This time she's better prepared. She got an extra pawn. Yeah, let's get rid of this tension. Well, after this match, we're gonna get together, the 3 of us here live, and we're gonna analyze the games. But yes, like we do a little bit of everything. Let me see if I can show you the schedule over here. Do I have it? Wait, let me see. It's gonna get a little bit weird. So here you can see the schedule of what we're doing, okay? All right, just crushing it. Is there any tactic with this? Nope, just keeping it simple. Bring the other rook. Nah, maybe c2. So you're reviewing openings today? How many hours do you typically do? All right, this is clearing. Yep. And it's funny because rook b1 is coming too. But the rook c2. All right, she's playing better now than when she had more time. All right, well played. Well played. So she's playing the collie. We had a lesson on the collie system. $40 of opening and then rapid games, okay? Now, are you playing those rapid games against someone else or you're playing against computers? Because what I like to do when I'm reviewing my openings is I set up the specific lines that I reviewed. I set them up against the engine and make the engine play it against me. And then I review the games and things like that. So if you're not doing it, consider it. All right. Okay, Basil he's back at it. What? What's going on with you guys? That was a nice tactic. Oh, okay. So Basil is saying I'm not gonna do it that way. Oh man, she's just too good in bullets. She's just too good in bullets. Okay, so 4-3. Okay, is it me or Vasil played the birds opening? Just give it a try. You don't have to do it all the time, but just give it a try. Because, I mean, it'll be so nice if after you review your openings, you play a game using that same line, right? It's a good way to really understand it and really remember it. You don't have to do it all the time, but from time to time. To take or not to take? I think we have to take. Then bishop takes bishop. Nope. Maybe taking. Yeah, there's no checks here. Well, enjoy it, congrats, but also be aware now as you move up the ladder, you're gonna have to adjust. You're gonna find tougher competition, so be aware of that, okay? That's it, Vasil is coming back. Yeah, that's an interesting rating to be at, interesting range to be at. Like from 1500 to 1700, there's a tough, there's some tough transformation that you need to go through. Okay, she says no. And then rook c1. So Vasil is up a piece. Don't make this a draw, man. She's doing a great job defending. Look at that. Fancy tactics and everything. Ah, he got her. He got it, he got her. Take it. There you go. She's good. She's good at bullet. She's good at bullet. Oh, she's coming back. She's coming back. Now she has to bring the knight. All right, so Vasil won that one on time. Actually, he was winning the game, but he won on time too. Perfect. Okay, so this is great because now if she wins the last two, then let's see. She has to win the last two. That's why. Okay, so that's why I said perfect. She wins. If she wins the last two, it's a 5-5. Interesting. Well, if it makes you feel better, that's always gonna be the case. That's chess. As you get better, you play tougher opponents. You're gonna feel like you need more, and especially in the middle game. That's a story for lives. So enjoy the process. Now, very nice positions that she's getting. Nice, pretty well placed. Rook lift. Okay, a little bit ambitious, but okay. So maybe f5 right away. Nah. Okay, don't let him take the bishop. Ah, she didn't see it. She didn't see it. That's why I didn't like the rook lift, because you didn't really have anywhere to go after. She's onto something. She's onto. Now look at the difference of time. Like, yeah, this is my mud. This is my mud. She's like 3 times. She had 3 times the time. Oh man, it's gonna be epic if she comes back and wins the last 2 games. Hey, why? Why? I think Vasil doesn't want to win. All right, last game, unbelievable. Yes. My mud. That's the fork. Lesson 87. That's the fork. Now this is a chess justice. There was a game where Vasil did the same to her, similar fork. But anyways, this is bullet. Anything could happen. By the way, guys, after this game, they're gonna come on camera live, and we're gonna take a look at the games and so on. Okay. All right, and that's checkmate. That's checkmate. Unbelievable. Well, congrats to both. And that's already 5. There you go. 5-5. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. All right, Vasil.
I'm back. Yes.
Welcome back, mister. So how do you feel?
Perfect. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Man, that was the great match. You had her from the beginning. I thought it was gonna be 10-0, but then she came back.
Yeah, she's really unstoppable when it's about bullet.
She was no way. It's like it was a different person. It's like it was a different person.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I think it was a
The-
good match. All right, she's in. Let me bring her on.
Yeah, the match was great. Maybe not the good or high quality of games, but at least it was like some.
No. Hey, this is how it goes. This is how it goes.
And
So
thank you, Chesnikov. Thank you so much for the match. It was incredibly interesting.
Thank you to Asit.
by the way, my mod, great job. I thought that when the match was gonna be over, Vasil was gonna win like 10. Oh, I think she left. Let me make sure. Buonasera. Let me see. Make sure that she's not. Okay, she got disconnected. But yeah, I thought she was gonna be. I was ready to talk to her about. Okay, it's okay. A bad match, anyone could have it. But then she came back. Now, Vasil, do you think it's because you're not that strong in bullet, or it was just this match?
Well, I play 2+1 bullet, and I mostly play 2+1. So when it comes to 1-1, it's like it was too complicated for me. So she's definitely more experienced.
Too fast.
And interesting thing, the first game, if you remember, I made the move with a knight when she went e4. So I forgot the move order. I was trying to play pure defense, and everything came. So I was maybe nervous a little bit. So everything was like spoiled by that move. So we had to figure out how to play from the first beginning.
Exactly. No, when you play the first game, you play knight f6. I'm like, oh, Alekhine or Aliakin defense. But then, like 5 moves later, I was like, I think he just forgot and he messed up and he put the knight out
He
instead of
forgot
playing.
D6.
Exactly. Instead of playing d6. Now, I was telling Vasil that I was thinking, well, my mod just getting upset, just lost like 3-4 games. This is gonna be like 10-0. I'm gonna have to talk to her about this. Okay, we have bad matches, but then you came back. That was nice.
Incredible comeback, yes. So
Yes.
and
Now,
of course, 5-5 is really like it reflects maybe the quality of.
no, but to me, the most impressive part is that typically when you're losing, you start losing psychologically, it gets to you. Like you can, and I was talking about that when she lost the first 2 games. The following game, no, the first game, the following game, you guys were blitzing. It was a 10-minute game, and you played really fast. And I was saying, oh, it got to her. She lost that game. She didn't like it, and then she's just playing really fast, which is not good. But anyways,
It was a nice show anyway, and I think that you have some other people who follow you, and maybe it's going to be from time to time we can or you can organize this type of matches because it's really an incredible experience.
it is, and we all can learn from them. So now I wanted to see if you guys have time. We could go over some of the games,
Sure.
and then hopefully we can get more.